YouTube, what the crap's going on? We've seen some replays, or at least a replay from Dr. Pulp before. He sends me another. Sorry, I need to get a drink of water real quick. Should have done that prior to beginning the recording. He thinks Greenskins are a good counter to the Beastmen. Honestly, if the Beastmen are using Devolve, I don't know if anything's a good counter other than a lot of hero spam. But let's see what his Beastmen counter is here. I see a lore of, looks like a lore of Beast. Shaman, and then let's see who the leader was. So we got the lore of Beast, Bray Shaman, some Minotaurs with great weapons, Minotaurs there, see 2 Centaurs, a few Bestigor herd up front, looks like 2 Ungor Raiders, and we've got a Beastlord. So mix of monsters and infantry here from the Beastmen, and actually, that's a Gore herd with shields there, but there are 2 Minotaurs, one with great weapons, one without. So this is, I don't know if this is a crazy common Beastmen army or not, but we got some Boar Boy Biggins for the Greenskins. I like the choice of the Arachnarok because it is definitely a counter monster type unit and can cause a lot of splash damage. So the Arachnarok, probably a good choice here. The Bestigor herd, I'm not sure I like this choice from the Beastmen. They're very expensive, and I don't see them really being all that good, and I think you're better off to bring cheap infantry and support the cheap infantry with something like a Gore Bull, and you'll get more damage done because the cheap infantry act as the meat shield while the Gore Bull does the work with the Minotaurs. So we'll see what happens here. Centaurs aren't really sure where they want to go. And against Boar Boy Biggins, maybe grouped up they might do alright, we'll see, but they're within the support range of Orc Biggins. So let's see what happens here. Centaurs go for the charge. Wow, that was kind of crafty actually. This unit pulled away, so the Boar Boy Biggins took a charge, didn't really get a great one in return, but the immediate support of the Orc Biggins. And let's see here, Grimgore Ironhide being brought as the leader here too. I like that. He can use Wah, and they'll be able to do a ton of damage. Beastlord coming straight after Grimgore. I would assume Grimgore should win that. Minotaurs being thrown in. Let's see where this Minotaurs are being thrown after the Spider. And the ones with great weapons might do well. There's a Spider over here too, though, and the Arachnarok's definitely going to help take down the Bestigor herd. We've got some Biggins and cavalry moving around this flank. The Arachnarok definitely tanking a lot of damage from the Minotaurs. But it's saving his infantry from having to tank that. The 2 Centaurs, used pretty craftily, did get rid of one of the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. This Arachnarok over here, though, is having better luck, and it's doing a pretty fair amount of damage. Boar Boy Biggins getting back here after the Ungor herd. They're going to be tied down by Centaurs with great weapons. But the Orc Biggins, definitely a good choice. The Spider actually easily defeated by the 2 units of Minotaurs. But at this point you can see that a lot of the Beastmen army was torn apart, and Grimgore is just absolutely smashing the Beastlord as expected. And we've got the Minotaurs now coming in here to help out in this blob. Against infantry blobs, Minotaurs are a great choice. There is an Arachnarok supporting as well. It looks like the Arachnarok may not be real well suited to just going head-to-head with Minotaurs, but here with some support, it looks like the Arachnarok is dishing some major damage. And it's armor-piercing. Minotaurs actually don't even have a lot of armor. But the Arachnarok also has bowmen on top of it, and that's going to be good. So actually over here, between Grimgore and the Arachnarok, easily beasting out the Minotaurs. We got a feral Manticore that spawned here, and it's coming into combat. This Arachnarok Spider comes back into the Ungor herd, or Ungor Raiders. And the Boar Boys still fighting with the Centaurs with great weapons. So let's just kind of look at some more of this up close. The Beastmen versus the Orc Biggins here. I don't really think the Bestigor herd would trade very well with Biggins or Savage Orc Biggins or Black Orcs for that matter. I could be wrong. Feral Manticore doing a little bit of damage, but it's probably a little too late for it to be of great value here. The Minotaurs came back from routing, But the Ragnarok Spider, I like that choice. There's only so much bow units that are available, and the spiders can dish out a ton of damage and definitely help counter monsters. So I do believe this was a solid pick by Dr. Pulp. Armor-piercing damage, a heavily armored unit in and of itself, and like I said, as long as you can keep the skirmishers at bay, the Ragnarok Spider becomes pretty potent. If there were Cygors around, the Ragnarok Spider should theoretically be able to bust through lines and get to the Cygor, as long as the Minotaurs weren't there, obviously. The Minotaurs seem to be a decent counter to the Ragnarok as well. Almost kind of had the same effect as I would imagine from Demigryphs. Grimgor over here just has been untouched, basically, through the battle. Easily beasting it through. So this is going to give the Greenskins a victory over the Beastmen. Now again, the simple use of the broken Devolve spell here would have easily thrown this in the favor of the Beastmen, because Devolve is broken at the moment. Hopefully by the time you're watching this it's been hot fixed, but I'm not holding my breath. But, you know, like I said, we'll see. I already put a tweet out for Total War to fix it, and I hope that you all are hitting them with it too nicely, not being mean, you know, of course. Even if it's a mistake that makes you mad, let's just kindly ask them to go ahead and hit it with the hot fix. But nice pick by Dr. Pult. Really isn't a bad counter to the Beastmen. He has lots of anti-large, both in the form of the Biggins and the Boar Boy Biggins, and then he has anti-monster capability, like I said, with the Ragnarok. Grimgor being brought, I like this pick here better than Azag, just because, yes, the Beastmen can bring a Death Shaman, and they can do their Spirit Leech and all other kind of stuff now, but I mean, just going after Grimgor the whole time, they would definitely still be at risk with having to deal with all these units, and I see Grimgor being able to help break up infantry lines and shore up the morale of the Greenskins, which is one of their shaky features. But morale can be pretty shaky for the Beastmen as well, but being able to contain the Minotaurs here was a big deal. The Bestigor herd did better than I thought, honestly. Maybe I'm underestimating these guys. They got more kills than I thought they would. But, yeah, the rest of the units here getting beat down pretty bad. Centigors, I did like how they kind of baited and switched that charge. One unit charging in, and the unit that was being charged by the Boar Boys was pulled back. That was a really nice play by Fostikos here, or Ketos, or whatever it is. But, yeah, nice play there. Interesting. But let's see some... I mean, like I said, if you throw in Devolve there, then it's an easy Beastman win. What do you all think? Do you think the Greenskins are a good counter to the Beastmen, assuming that Devolve isn't being used? And just kind of curious what builds, if you were playing as the Beastmen, that you would like to use against the Greenskins, and then vice versa. If you're playing the Greenskins against the Beastmen, what kind of builds do you like to take? Anyway, have fun in the discussion. I'll be checking it out myself and hopefully conversating with you all a little. HeirofCarthage, signing out.